Hi, this is my 23rd video. First, I want to thank anybody who's been watching my videos and been leaving comments, any feedbacks, and appreciate, any comments and whatnot. Also, I hope my videos are insightful and relatable to some people. Um, I know I find strength in watching other people's videos. Also, it's quite informative for me, especially my targeting. Um, in this video, I want to talk about the some of the manipulation of my thoughts, my thought process. Um, so in my V2 game, my targeting, sorry, something I've noticed early on is my inability to think like I used to. Um, it's felt like early on I felt I had more control of my thoughts. Although I had like those inserted intrusive thoughts, I could still process things. But as time goes on with my targeting, my actual thought process is completely hacked, and I keep saying hacked because it's full influence at this point. For example, you want to think, and I'm also taking from somebody else who talked about his thought manipulation, and I could relate exactly. And the way he said it is, for example, your thought go this way, you know and it's moved another way. It's manipulating to thinking something else, and it's all it's not like just every once in a while. It's all the time. All your thoughts are just completely influenced and manipulated, and it's always going to vilify you. It's always meant to break you. It's weird to talk about it, because it's confusing. But let's just say you have the thought, oh, today's gonna be a beautiful day, for example. You think of that, and then you're like, oh my gosh, but I didn't do this, and like it becomes a negative, and then it turns into you, into something super negative. With me, it's definitely more it's definitely more perverted and disgusting. You could look at something very innocent, um, and then it just slowly turns into something more perverted. It seems like it's meant to just break your self-esteem and break who you are. And at first it just feels like a definitely foreign thought, like it has nothing to do. Somebody's just literally talking, like changing it. But and then now at this point it's just like I kept saying, it's just hard to distinguish between your thoughts and those thoughts that are being manipulated, because they all feel like they're yours, but the only different is the content is different. Not to say that I've never had bad thoughts, or in the past, but it's just now is very is beyond anything I've ever thought. I don't want to paint myself as a saint, but this is, like I said, this is something that's beyond any of your bad thoughts you had. um, and it's just it's crazy, because you can't have a real thought without going to a route that you don't want to be in. um, of course, other things are included with thoughts. You have, like, those libido manipulation, all that. But the thought manipulation is just it's frustrating you, because you are aware they're not yours, but it feels like it's coming. uh, so for me, lately I've just been trying to ignore it. That's all you can do, really. It's not like you have a firewall to block it out. It's just gonna try to not care about them. And I have, like I said in the past, I have like a recording of, like, a reminder of what's happening, so I don't really get lost in thinking those are actually my thoughts. It's just, And with time, it becomes more and more camouflaged with your thought. It sinks more in with your actual, like, it's just, it's easy. Let's just say if they weren't being so obvious about, the content of those thoughts, one somebody would just believe that they're fully, they're fully theirs. It's just the thing with me is because the thoughts are just so extremely, you know extremely disgusting, that is, and they're so, this, they always portray me in this persona, always your own thought just pushing into that it's obvious. But imagine if they were more settled with it, and it was just more of like small influences into like thinking something else. You won't know. It's just with me, they just, it's just being obvious with things, it's just being super, you know disgusting. But at first I used to be just riled up, though, thinking, no, this, trying to I was mad, and trying to scream out like this, those are not my thoughts. And now it's just like, okay, it's going, oh, it's just like we've been on this road before. I've they've influenced me, sorry, they influenced my thoughts to go that way. um and you just get used to, not get used to, but you just find a way to ignore it. The thing is, in the past, the perps, even now, probably they still do. When those thoughts came, they, like I said, they collaborate with the V2. I mean, they're working in sync with the, and they will come, and the perps will just like make some noise and just like be rowdy, just to kind of signify that they saw those thoughts, or they heard those thoughts. I don't know, that they know what just happened in your head, and that will get you also riled up, just mad, and trying to kind of explain yourself, when they obviously know um, that this is something that has been influenced in you, and influence, meaning the thoughts been influenced to go this way, and perhaps completely, um, had to the point where, it's manipulated into this. um, I, like I said, I like to, when I make those videos, I try to talk about an experience I had not too long ago. And just before I woke up, I was in my bed, and usually for me, the more vulnerable I am, the easier it is to manipulate my thoughts. So when I'm in my bed, or like, some kind of resting state, um, I can. That's when my brain is just feels like anything can go, and it's just like, I don't. Usually, I try to have my, not my guard. It's just hard. You don't have a far wall, but you're just more aware. So okay, this is coming up. This is gonna be a weird thought. But in when you resting, you just kind of like let it go. You're more relaxed. You just, and that's when the manipulation of your thoughts are more, um, more. They happen more often. So when I say my thoughts, my thought process are complete hacked, it's just like, you could start thinking about something, and I don't want to be graphic on it. Let's just say you looking at paper, you think about the paper, and then it start going into something else, and then completely becomes a whole different thing. Now imagine something really innocent, and then turn into very perverted. You know, that's really, um, yeah. It's really, it's yeah. It's, I mean, it can break somebody. I'm not gonna lie. I had my moments where I was angry and just pissed and just ready to lash out. But now it's just, if now that, of course, I've watched other videos, and this specific TI talked about it, and it just really resonated with me, because it's exactly the way it is with me. It's just the way they're able to just manipulate a thought. For example, the way he described it is like, so let's just say your thought is going this way, they're able to just move it there, and it's done very smoothly. If the content wasn't that extreme, and obvious, then it's just scared to know that you will not know. I will not really know that my thoughts will be. I mean, it's just the extreme, and it's always in a perverted persona. Not to say that I'm perfect, not to say that I'm a saint, but just I know that this is going too far. Um, and sometimes they try to with me they try to kind of justify some of it, and with kind of bringing some things I might have done I when I was a child, when I was a middle schooler or something, and things that as an adult man just makes no sense, right? um, but it's you know it is kind of frustrating, um, and those those manipulation, this it scares me because knowing how they're able to manipulate those thoughts, is obvious they can influence somebody into doing things. If it's not obvious, this this obvious theme and content that it's not you. But if they were more subtle, as in just start, oh, think about what you're gonna do on Wednesday, and like those subtle small thought manipulation could not be recognized, but just because the way it's just camouflaged, I would think, oh, I'm just thinking about what I'm going to have to do on Wednesday. But the way they're going it is just obvious. It's just obvious, and and if they can do that with something so obvious that it's not me, um, what if they did something more, it's scary to think like that. And I'm just realizing that maybe they might have influenced certain things, like for example, um, if you know making me do laundry on Tuesday instead of like something simple like that, that you won't, you think that you thought of it, but it's just the V2K. But it doesn't matter because those are small to me. Like if that happens, it's just so minor, and versus those thoughts they have me thinking and thinking it's me. But just because it's so obvious, um, that it's not me, then I can recognize it. But for the small thoughts, it will be just hard to recognize. When I mean small thought, I mean those everyday thought that you might thinking about, like, oh, should have what should I have for breakfast. They can influence it into, oh, have cereal and stuff, and you won't know. But the reason I know is because the content is just to a level where you like, okay, this is obvious, it's not me. um and yeah, so they also do censorship, like thought censorship. When I force myself to think of something specific, it's just like it's blocked, like I can't think of it. um Especially when it's something positive, it's just like it doesn't stay there. It just like it feels like my brain is trying to push it to somewhere negative. um I mean, it's just, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of just accepting that your thoughts are completely hacked, and they will be pushed to hurt me, to these degrade me, and insult me, or break my self-esteem, or paint me as this persona they want me to be. um and the thing is, they the perps are around collaborate, not collaborate, but playing with the fact that my thoughts are hacked. And they started their nose campaign at a specific point when those thoughts are being manipulated. Come, here some of the new style, they go run, start washing the dishes. I start like banging on some dishes and like use the blender. It's just always um working, the same thing. And I have my one of my roommates, who's just from next door. She after her little comment she says is hers. It sounds like a clown, to be honest. um, but they work hand in hand with the V2K, and it's really just my thoughts just they go against me. Um, they're they hacked to the point where I cannot see things the way I want to. My thought process, especially, um, just goes places where I've that makes no sense. And prior to August 19, those thoughts will not, that's not where my mind would have gone. But with this thoughts, they go there, and I become less and less shocked, and less, mad, and just because I know, that that's that's what's been doing since August 19 in different variation of it and different way, and there's no way to beat it. There's no way. I mean, not for me. It's just they're able to go there, and they will go there, and they'll find a way to make you feel like it's you. But just because you just gotta be aware that's who you are and who you're not. They'll try to camouflage in every way possible, and accept that that's your thoughts right now. They're being completely influenced by external entities. That's with a technology that you are not capable to understand. I mean, I'm not capable to fully understand. I'm not this. I'm not a technical individual. It's not something I would be able to understand. But you just know what's happening to you. You can explain a bit of what's happening, the how. Um, Obviously, I can't, explain that, but I understand that it's external, and it's influencing my way of thinking, and it's crazy how fast it is. Um, it's obvious that some kind of artificial intelligence or AI or supercomputers, because the way it goes is so quick, it I don't understand how, if it couldn't be just a human talking. I mean, it could be, I don't know, but the way it's happening is just so fast. It's just speed of thought. It's just um so yeah. So I just want to end this video. I think I was kind of said enough. But I just wanted to talk about the hack thought process, and how your thoughts are censored, influenced, manipulated, and for me specifically, they are meant to be degrading to me in ways that I don't even want to talk about it. But it's very degrading. And what happened is, now I'm like very, if I'm not on my guard, my brain can just take it there. I need to watch sometimes what I see, what I watch, because it can go there, and I don't want that to go there. So to end this video, just thank you again for watching. Stay strong. I'm trying to do the same. I'm trying to practice what I'm preaching in regard of stay strong. um, don't harm yourself, don't harm others, and know that justice will be done for what they're doing to us and what they've done to so many others. um, and yes, and know that justice will be done, and God bless you all. Thank you.